Hey everybody, Mandus Bucker here with Maximum Muscle Report. We're at the 2017 Chicago Pro, and what a fitting end to an extraordinary weekend. Over 215 pros, and there's no better way to finish than a win as he retires. The one, the only, Tricky Jackson. Tricky. The crowd was really going nuts. Some of your mentors, some of your fellow competitors, some of your longtime friends were all here. They had you guys do a little pose down at the end of the night. What did all this really mean for you?
You know, something just kind of hit me. And, you know, Tim gave that speech at the end of the show and a new award. And I want to say first my prayers out to the Del Rey family, because I didn't even know that Julio had passed. And I actually competed against Julio. I knew Julio, you know, very well, you know, from a standpoint of that camaraderie we have as competitors, right. And I had no idea. And so it's already been an emotional roller coaster for me. And then to see Tim, you know, share that, and first time for me hearing it, that just added to the whole thing. So, you know, definitely prayers out to Tim, because I could tell he was very emotional about it, as well as the Del Rey family. And as far as for me, man, I mean, you know, it's like I said the other day, I was hesitant about doing the Masters. I was just content on doing the 212. I was going to be done, and my coach, Trey Hodge, said, Tricky, you need to go ahead and do it, finish with a bang. You know, you'll already be ready. It's one more day. And, you know, my family said the same thing, you know, go for it. And I did it, and I pulled off the victory. And it was so funny because I was having to talk to one of my best friends in the sport here, Tank Dixon, and I said, man, I ain't won a show in 3 years. It's time for me to sit down and retire. Then I win this show, man, and now I'm like, I don't know. No, I'm still retiring. But I mean, it was so great, man, and I have to give thanks for Tank for always, you know, being in my corner. I'm always on his corner. And I also want to give a big thanks to my buddy here, Ernest B., because this is my brother. And I say that we're fraternity brothers, but this is like really my brother. I mean, we've known each other for 25 years in the industry. He's always been there to give me pointers, tips, guide me in the right direction. To be honest with you, I don't believe I'd be a pro today if it wasn't for some advice that he gave me back in 2004. And so, you know, just to be able to finish my career with this man here, and I know I got friends that are out there watching me. And
Biggie's out here.
Come on, Biggie, my boy.
Go, Fred.
Biggie Smalls, man. I think this is the first time that me and Fred have ever actually got to pose together like that, other than I think when I brought you in to guest pose at my show one year. But, I mean, that was so much fun. It was so much fun, man. And we were both tired. We didn't want to do it, man, but we went out there and we, you know, fed energy off of each other in the crowd, and it was fun, man. It was fun.
You know, it's funny because this has been an extraordinary weekend, and the best part of the whole weekend was right there at the end with the two of you just blazing it up on stage. We've got full video of that. It will be posted soon. The two of you will get it first, and then we'll post it. I want to talk about somebody who you mentioned earlier, somebody who I met early in my career. The first show I ever did, I met him, and that's actually how you and I met, and that's Big Ernie B. Ernie, what does this weekend mean for you to be here, and what's your relationship been with Tricky all these years?
As Tricky said, we've been knowing each other for over 25 years, and every year that he was competing in nationals, he would just miss getting his pro card. So we had a long talk a couple of times and gave him some pointers, and here he is. And I'm proud of him.
Ernie's the first one, and it's going to be waterworks here any second, guys. Bear with us. Tank, you guys were all here last night. We hung around for, if you guys realize, it was about an hour and a half after the show. We were all backstage here interviewing, chopping it up, having a good time. You were not going to miss being back here tonight. I said, where are you going to eat? He said, no, not until Tricky comes off stage, and then me and him are going to have pizza. What does it mean for you to be here with him tonight?
Man, don't do it, Tank. Man, what's funny is that I had no intention on doing this show. No intentions at all. And, man, it's just kind of funny how God works in mysterious ways. Because I was under the impression that Tricky was going to try to qualify for the Olympia again. So I misunderstood what my coach said. So I was like, oh, man, we got one more. So I said, Tricky going to get no points to get to Olympia, and Olympia going to go out with a bang. But then I found out this was his last show. I honestly did not know this was his last show until I got here. And so, man, I want to thank God for just giving me the wisdom to come and compete in this show because, man, this cat go way back, man. It's been over a decade. I mean, we done did countless shows, and everybody know we go backstage, man. We have so much fun. We ha and have fun. People like, man, we love to see you at Tricky at shows because we sit here and joke around with everybody, man, and run around acting the fool. And people think we ain't got no sense and all, but and man, I watched Tricky. I remember seeing Tricky on TV and watching him grow when I was in college, and I was like, man, that dude right there can dance for a dude on stage. I was like, that's bodybuilding. I have no intentions of even getting in bodybuilding. And I thought bodybuilding was just, big dudes flexing muscles, but Tricky brought a whole new element to the whole game. And I contribute him to the posing routines. Man, that's him.
Well, we talk about the posing and the entertainment side. Freddie, when Bob had the two of you guys go out there again, this has been a fantastic weekend. Star-studded lineup, tough competition, and the best part of this weekend was the two of you just having a blast up there on stage. And this is the first time. Two of the best posers that the IFBB has ever seen. This is the first time you guys pose together.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to pass it Fred, and I was going to tell you this anyway, like right now, over the last, I'd say 5 years, me and Freddie, I feel like we have been the Melvin Anthony and Darren Charles. We've carried that torch from them and continued the entertainment value. And I mean, those are two guys that I looked at too as an amateur, and I said, man, I want to get a turn pro, and I want to be able to do what those guys do. And really, I mean, the two that have been doing it have been me and Freddie. So, Freddie, it's you now. It's only you now. So you got to keep doing it.
Thanks for having me over here. Quick story about Ernest. I was sitting at the table. I missed getting my pro card probably twice before I got it. And Ernest looks over. He goes, "You gotta stop eating that red meat before you go on stage, man." He's like, it's not letting you digest 100%. So I took that out, and my stomach came down, and we don't do red meat the day of the show anymore. So, kudos, thank you, I appreciate it, sir. And as far as Trick, man, 2000. Nationals 2000 in New York City. I remember Tricky battling on stage. You got it that year, right?
2005, I lost that year. Yeah.
Did you lose that year? Okay. I remember watching him that year, and I was like, oh, man. And I remember his, the routines and how he was doing his thing, and I was like, all right, I can bring some of that. So, I got into bodybuilding because I was a power lifter, but I loved to dance. And you can be strong, build your muscles, and dance in this sport. So that's why I love it. And actually, when I turned pro, people try to tell me you can't do it that way. I said, well, I ain't bodybuilding then, because that's why the reason why I bodybuild is because I like to entertain. So I'm gonna miss seeing him on stage, and I feel like as we get older in the sport, we lose more and more to people we grew up looking up to. But I'm gonna honor it, keep doing my thing, and I'm gonna miss seeing you though, brother, because you entertained like nobody else. You were smooth as hell tonight, and man. Oh, thank you. But I'll let you guys edify me. I'm edifying him right now.
Did you decide to do Masters last minute?
I did last minute.
Because when I saw you, I was surprised.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he gave that idea about us doing together, I said,
yeah.
You gotta think, I had watched these dudes for years, man. I thought bodybuilding was gross. So I saw you, because you competed with Bobo, a dude at home, and I watched y'all, and then, man, I just watched y'all grow through the sport. I ain't got nerve to do what y'all do. I'm just a plain Jane.
I think the phone's going to be ringing an awful lot. If there's a lot of smart promoters out there, if you saw what we just saw, that phone's going to be ringing.
I'm still guest posing.
And you're right, for both of you. And obviously, Ernie, we all here, you've touched everybody in this panel and countless others. it's people like you who make this sport thrive, and I think we all want to say thank you to you. And Tricky, this is your weekend, this is your night, this is your moment, and we want you to wrap it up and take it home.
And I'm glad you gave me the opportunity because I want to tell you a quick story, and that is the very first pro win I got was in Dallas, and Charles got second. We were a point apart, and I swear, man upstairs, he was just as happy for me. He said if anybody was going to beat me, I was honored or was glad it was you. And I think we went for about another year or two, and I placed in it, and then the tables turned after I had a conversation with him. And now I'm eating his dust. I can't touch him. So when my students started whooping my ass, it's time to sit down.
I'm like, Tricky always beat me, man. Tricky used to beat me down. And I said it was a scratch that Tricky had all success. And I watched him, man, took notes, and we talked. And all of a sudden, he said, man, he gave me a few pointers. Because back then, I was kind of working by myself. And he gave me a few pointers, man. And now, like I say, I done caught it now. So he retired. So I take over.
And never affected our friendship in whatsoever. Because, this can be one of those sports where, people jealous and envy and egos.
Right.
But, I'm just as happy for any one of my friends I've seen the sport when they're successful. And that's what it's all about. Your personal success and the success of people that you admire, you love, and you have relationships with. I like to see everyone can have success, and it doesn't have to be that I got to be successful, no one else can. So,
Well, Tricky, every single one of these people insisted to be here with you to do this interview and wrap it up. It's one hell of a way to end a career. We're all glad we could be here and be a part of it. We wish you nothing but the best of luck, Tricky.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate
Tricky
it.
Jackson. It's been a career. Guys, Maximum Muscle Report, Tricky Jackson. We're out.
Peace out.